Considering there's absolutely no rumours or speculation or anything like that going on around the Minnesota Timberwolves right now, it felt right to remind everyone that Anthony Edwards is having one of the most insane clutch seasons ever. We're now 52 games into the season, and in games with less than 5 minutes to go and the score within 5 points, Anthony Edwards has scored 107 points in 78 total clutch minutes, all while shooting 61% from the field and 39% from 3. Last season, he wasn't a reliable option late in games, and it hurt Minnesota's record at the end of the season. Now, his ability to take over down the stretch of games is the reason that Minnesota's record isn't at emergency level bad. And in this recent outing against Toronto, in a game that was swirling with trade rumours about his teammates, we got the full Ant crunch time experience. And it's funny, clutch time in this game didn't start with a bucket for Edwards, it started with this low man work defensively. He sucks in as help on the drive. When it seems like the ball is going to swing back out, he drifts back out, and then he fully commits back on the rotation to block the shot at an important moment of the game. And we've seen him do this before. Read these late game drives, make this rotation, win these games on the defensive end of the floor. Ant is an inconsistent defender to say the least, but we know he can turn it on defensively in winning time. And again, this latest game was a little different for Edwards. The next possession, he bricks this 3 right after the block. He actually missed a pair of these same looks in this game, which is surprising because that ISO step back going left, that's his kill shot in crunch time. If teams want to sit their big in drop coverage defense like this, he will walk into pull-up 3s like they are layups in an open gym. I think we're at the point where this is just a defensive no-go against Ant. Even if the screen is high and the defender is all the way up here, if they're not up at the level of the ball, he's raining long balls against that coverage. That's where that step back going left has come into play for him. So instead of sitting in drop, you'll see teams now launch their big man at him off the pick, and that's when Ant will go into that sidestepping money shot. That's such a tough way to deal with that coverage, but Edwards has made a habit of it. And while he's making them at a high clip like he is right now, it's a shot worth taking. If teams aren't blitzing him, they're just switching him on ball screens. And if he can get a weaker defender in a switch, he's taking them to the dance floor and straight into that left step back 3. That's what makes this shot so dangerous. No matter the coverage, it is a bankable scoring outlet for him. We've even seen him just take great defenders off the bounce in isolation and nail that same shot on their dome. But in this game against the Raptors, we saw him score without a ball screen in different ways. And that's where Ant has really taken a leap this season. We saw him get crucial points on multiple possessions by using his defense to get out in transition or against a broken defense. And when you go through all of Ant's clutch scoring this season, it's surprising how often he's been picking up easy buckets by using that outlier athleticism to run the floor. This should probably be a part of his game more than just late in games, but when the game tightens up, you can really tell his intention to generate easier looks goes up as well. We've seen it with full-blooded fast break chances like this, or just him manufacturing a semi-transition chance when it wouldn't usually be there if he played slower. By trying to stay on the accelerator in early offense, it doesn't really matter if there's all of these defenders in front of the ball. If they're not locked into their defensive shell, they're not going to stop a super aggressive Anthony Edwards. That's not necessarily transition ball, but it's early offense against a bent defense, and he's almost unstoppable when he pushes the gas on those possessions. He's become so insanely elite at swerving in and out of traffic in the half court and finding pockets of space to slide into. It really does take a locked in defense to stop him from getting to the rim. And it also takes high level floor reading from Edwards as well. And we see that more in half court situations. Again, back to Toronto, scrambling defense off the offensive rebound. This defender on their heels means he has a driving lane, but these defenders closing the gate on him means he has to kick it out. But when he comes back to recollect, and this defender is now vacating the space to defend the corner, he eats up that space and gets a better look at the rim. Again, this is just something we've seen all season in big moments with Edwards. It's reading this defender following Randle out of the possession and using that as a slipstream to get to the rim and send a game to overtime. Again, it's just reading this whole defensive map. When he catches here, if this defender stays here in help, he probably walks into the 3. But because he vacates, Ant has that lane to burst into and challenge a single rim protector. It's the same logic here on this next possession. He sees Randle rolling up his man, rocks Wemby to sleep, and then almost uses it as a screen on both defenders before winning the game with a floater over the rotating big man. This is the biggest improvement in his game this season. Instead of letting a team put 2 on the ball and throw him off rhythm, or even always settling for that pull-up 3, he's using these body angles against the defender, twisting them up, and then finishing with way more poise and strength around the rim. So now he's got the ability to just wreck teams if their defense isn't set to stop him from getting downhill. He's one of the best, if not the best shooter in the league. And if the defense is loaded up on him, he's now got that deadly mid-range game to turn to. We spin this back to his heroics against the Raptors, and you see why that's so important. Look at the way this long, athletic defense loads up on him. With 2 in the gaps either side and 2 helping off the corners on the back line, it's pretty much a box and 1 coverage, which turns into a wall of bodies when that spacing dies. So he just avoids it all and strokes an elbow jumper. Not only are teams just going to sell out to stop his drives, he's often got 2 teammates guarding the rim as well, so having these shots in his bag are so valuable. In this game, it put the icing on the cake, and it's not the first time we've seen it, where teams are just walling off the rim entirely, his own teammates are collapsing the paint as well, and he needs a shot that is reliable and effective, and he's got that now. The pull-up from the elbow, the post-up turnaround, these shots are superstar defense destroyers. And when a player has that on top of the rim pressure and the shooting, they become the scorer that Anthony Edwards has become and the unstoppable crunch time force that we're seeing so often this season. I'm sure you'll hear from me again post-trade deadline to talk more about this team, so if you want more breakdowns like this one, subscribe to Howls and Growls and drop a like or a comment to help the channel grow. Thanks again for watching.